What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, Deontay Wilder, and the WBC. Get this, Dillian Whyte calls for the WBC to order Deontay Wilder to face him in the world title fight instead of Tyson Fury. And this is what Dillian Whyte had to say. I've always tried to be the solution since the start of my career. I'll fight anyone. Dillian Whyte says a WBC clash against Deontay Wilder should be ordered, with the American's fight against Tyson Fury set to be delayed. Wow. And of course, he's urged the WBC to order that fight against Deontay Wilder as a resolution, with Tyson Fury's fight against the American set to be postponed. And there's more. Dillian also said this is why they have the interim champion, Whyte told Sky Sports. When stuff like this happens and fights fall through and champion is injured or can't fight, or for whatever reason can't defend the title, then the interim champion steps up. That's how Wilder became champion in the first place. Remember, Vitaly Klitschko wasn't able to defend his title because he was in the process of becoming a mayor, and they made him the emeritus champion and made the other belt for Stavern to fight Areola, and then Wilder for. So this is a similar kind of thing. Make me a world champion. I'll fight Wilder as a world champion. And the winner of that fights Tyson Fury. And the winner of that fights Anthony Joshua for undisputed. That is where everything is solved with one action. Let me counterpunch. Sounds like a good idea. I mean, in a perfect world, right? I know he's the interim champion of the WBC, and I know he's been waiting for the opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder a long time. And whoever fights and wins gets the belt. I think it's a great idea. The only problem is the WBC won't fall for that. They're not going to go for that. And he made a good point, good parallel between him and Vitaly Klitschko. But remember, the difference between Vitaly Klitschko and Tyson Fury was Vitaly Klitschko was running for mayor. And that was running for mayor is a choice. COVID-19 is not a choice. That's an illness. So that's considered an illness. On top of that, they know the money that holds within the third fight versus a fight with Dillian Whyte, which no one really would know. And that price point would change. Okay, when you bring another champion in, especially that champion that doesn't normally fight in America, they don't know the value of that. And if they don't know the value of that, Mauricio don't know the value of that. And if he doesn't know the value of that, he's not going to put nobody in charge. And they're just not going to take that fight away from Deontay Wilder. See, what Dillian Whyte's thinking, he's thinking, well, he'll fight me for the belt. For the WBC belt. He'll fight me for that. And I don't think he would. I think Deontay Wilder has been obsessed with fighting Tyson Fury for the last 3 times. And none of them had anything to do with the belt. Except this time. And I don't even think that's the reason. I think the reason is just first time, it was an excuse. Right? First time and it was an excuse. Oh, well, it was a draw. Second time he got beat. Now the third time, this had to go to court. So I don't think, and I don't see Deontay Wilder even agreeing to that, okay, if that's the case. I mean, if the WBC ordered it, if they were more like the IBF, they would have ordered that type of situation. Because it is similar with that, but with the Vitaly Klitschko thing, but the interim champion, if there is a loophole in their own wording or rules, he could do that. You know what I mean? But I don't see them taking that belt away from Tyson Fury because he got sick. I don't see that. Now it is an idea. Okay, you can resolve some things with that because then Deontay Wilder can show how better or how easy he can knock out Dillian Whyte. Then Dillian Whyte would have had his shot. Dillian Whyte would have had his WBC champ. So up until then, he would be like Bermain. He would then fight him being the full champion. And then Tyson Fury is kind of like the champion in recess, right? Then he comes back or he gets the winner. So he's really not, the belt's not even really taken away from him. It's kind of like borrowed. Okay. So in that sense, it's borrowed. It just sounds better because, Dillian Whyte is the WBC interim, but you have to ask yourself, like, why would they give him an opportunity now when they didn't 2-3 years ago? Counterpunch. So I don't think that fight will happen, but it would be a good fight I would like to see. You guys tell me what you think of Dillian Whyte urging the WBC to make that fight with Deontay Wilder as full champion for the title. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.